They thought they were chasing ghosts, but what they found was much darker and far more dangerous. Ghost hunting has always fascinated people. The thrill of the unknown, the rush of fear, and the idea of connecting with the supernatural are hard to resist. But what happens when ghost hunters stumble upon something they can't explain? Something they can't escape? This story will take you into the chilling reality of what can go horribly wrong when you decide to chase the dead. In the small, forgotten town of Blackwood Hollow, a group of amateur ghost hunters set out to explore an abandoned asylum known for its horrifying past. The asylum had a reputation for being one of the most haunted places in the state, and its grim history was well documented. Mysterious disappearances, unexplained deaths, and whispers of a shadowy figure seen roaming the halls at night. The team was confident. They had their state-of-the-art equipment, cameras, EVP recorders, and even a medium who claimed to have a connection to the spiritual world. They weren't scared yet. But as the doors of the asylum creaked open, it became clear they weren't alone. The group split into pairs to cover more ground, each armed with their gadgets. The atmosphere was oppressive, like the building itself was alive and watching them. The air was thick with an icy chill, and their footsteps echoed ominously through the empty halls. One pair began in the basement, where the asylum's morgue was located. The medium, Rachel, immediately felt uneasy. "There's something here," she whispered, her voice trembling. "It's angry." Suddenly, their EVP recorder began to pick up faint whispers. It was impossible to make out the words, but the tone was unmistakable, hostile. Rachel gasped as a loud bang echoed from behind a locked door. Against better judgment, they decided to investigate. Upstairs, another pair experienced something equally unnerving. The thermal camera they carried captured a figure standing at the end of the hallway. The figure was motionless, yet the temperature readings suggested it was colder than the surrounding air. "Is that a person?" one of them muttered, but the figure disappeared as they approached, leaving only the faint sound of distant laughter. The tension escalated when the entire group reconvened in the asylum's main hall. All their equipment began to malfunction simultaneously. Batteries drained, static filled their walkie-talkies, and the lights on their cameras flickered uncontrollably. "This isn't normal," one of them stammered. That's when Rachel dropped to her knees, clutching her head. "It's here," she screamed. "It doesn't want us here." The group decided to leave, but the asylum wasn't ready to let them go. As they hurried toward the exit, the doors slammed shut, trapping them inside. A deafening roar echoed through the building, followed by what sounded like dozens of footsteps, yet no one else was there. Rachel began convulsing, her eyes rolling back into her head. She started speaking in a voice that wasn't hers, uttering phrases in a language no one recognized. The shadowy figure they had seen earlier now appeared in the room with them. It was tall, featureless, and radiated pure malice. One by one, their flashlights went out, plunging the room into darkness. The group could feel the entity closing in, its icy presence brushing against their skin. Desperate, they fumbled to pry the doors open, their screams filling the air as the shadow loomed over them. Finally, with one last effort, they managed to break free and sprint into the night. But the asylum wasn't finished with them. Weeks later, strange things began happening to each member of the group. Objects in their homes moved on their own, shadowy figures appeared in their peripheral vision, and nightmares plagued their sleep. Rachel, the medium, disappeared without a trace. The group realized they hadn't just encountered ghosts, they had invited something far worse into their lives. Sometimes the dead don't stay behind. Sometimes they follow you home. Subscribe for more chilling stories. Don't miss what's coming next.